Why most men get intimacy wrong. Let's start with a tough truth. A lot of men ruin intimacy before it even has a chance to grow. They beg, they pressure, or they try to manipulate. And here's the problem. The second you make intimacy into a transaction, you lose. Women in the US, and honestly anywhere, don't respond to desperation. Desperation signals weakness, and weakness kills attraction. Think about the culture we live in. American women are raised in an environment where independence and choice are emphasized. So when a man tries to push intimacy, it feels like he's taking away that choice. The real key is understanding that intimacy isn't earned like a paycheck. It's given freely when she feels safe, respected, and desired. The shift is moving from chasing intimacy to creating the right space for intimacy to happen. That's the entire foundation of this approach: self-mastery and calm energy. Here's where most guys miss the mark. They think attraction is about the right pickup line or the right move. But in reality, attraction begins with energy. If you show up nervous, jumpy, or overly eager, she feels it instantly. In fact, psychologists call this emotional contagion. We catch each other's moods. So imagine this. You're on a date in New York or Los Angeles, and you're so wound up, you're tapping your foot, your voice is shaky, and your eyes dart everywhere. She's not going to think, "Oh, he's nervous, that's cute." She's going to think, "I don't feel safe around this energy." Contrast that with a man who walks in calm, shoulders relaxed, voice steady, taking his time. That calmness makes her feel grounded, and roundedness is attractive. Self-mastery means managing your breath, your posture, even your mindset before the date starts. It's not about faking confidence. It's about building calm from the inside out and letting that speak louder than any line you could ever say. Presence over pressure. Now let's dig into presence. Here's the mistake. A lot of guys rush. They lean in too fast. They try to escalate too soon. They send 5 "where are you" texts if she doesn't reply. That's pressure, and pressure has the opposite effect of what you want. There's a principle in psychology called reactance. It basically means that when someone feels their freedom is being threatened, they resist. So if you pressure her for intimacy, she'll instinctively pull back. But presence is different. Presence is staying anchored in the moment. Think about a night out in Chicago. You're sitting across from her, phone put away, actually listening to her, laughing at her stories, enjoying the vibe. That lack of pressure is magnetic because it respects her autonomy. It says, "You're free. I'm here, and I'm enjoying this with you." Presence makes her want to lean in. Pressure makes her want to escape, complementing her essence. Let's be real. Women in the US hear the same compliments over and over again. "You're hot. You're beautiful. You're sexy." Sure, that might feel good for a second, but it's shallow. It doesn't stick. What really lands is when you notice her essence. Maybe you tell her, "I love how curious you are. You light up when you talk about your passions." Or, "You have this calming energy, like people feel at ease when you walk into the room." That's different. That hits deeper because it makes her feel seen for who she is, not just how she looks. Here's the thing. Beauty fades, outfits change, but her essence, that spark that makes her unique, is what she values most. And in a culture where women are constantly judged on looks, pointing to her essence cuts through the noise and builds trust. That trust lays the foundation for intimacy that's more than physical, it's emotional too. The permission frame. This part is powerful, and not enough men use it. The permission frame is about expressing your desire openly, but giving her full control to decide what happens. It's both honest and respectful. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're in San Francisco, sitting on a rooftop bar with a woman you've been seeing. The moment feels right. Instead of just leaning in abruptly, you say, "I'd love to kiss you right now, but only if you'd like that too." That sentence does two things. One, it shows confidence. You're not hiding your desire. Two, it gives her freedom. You're not taking, you're offering. That combination is rare and it's magnetic. American women, who are very sensitive to being pressured, respond well to this because it feels safe. It makes intimacy a collaboration instead of a test. Handling rejection with calm dignity. Here's a reality check. Rejection is part of the game, and the way you handle it says more about you than anything else. If she says no and you sulk, lash out, or try to guilt her, you just proved you're not in control of yourself. That's insecurity, and insecurity is a turnoff. But if you accept her answer calmly, maybe even smile and say, "All good, I respect that," you show strength. You show abundance. Women in the US are used to men who can't handle rejection gracefully. Standing out isn't about avoiding rejection. It's about responding with maturity when it happens. That calm dignity communicates that your value doesn't depend on her approval. And ironically, that very independence often makes you more attractive in the long run. The power of slowing down patience is underrated. Too many men rush intimacy like they're trying to beat the clock. But when you slow down, everything changes. Think about it like music. The pause between notes is what makes the melody powerful. The same goes for intimacy. The anticipation, the build-up, the deliberate pacing, it creates excitement. Neuroscience even backs this up. The brain's reward system lights up stronger when desire builds gradually instead of instantly. Picture this. You're on a date in Miami. Instead of lunging in for a kiss the second you feel a spark, you draw it out. You let the conversation deepen, you let the energy rise. By the time the moment comes, it's unforgettable. That patience isn't weakness, it's mastery. It shows you're not afraid to wait, because you know the eventual connection will be worth it. The Stoic way to intimacy. Here's what all of this boils down to. Intimacy isn't about tricks, lines, or rushing the process. It's about who you are and the energy you bring. Stoic philosophy teaches us to control what we can, our mindset, our actions, our responses, and accept what we can't control, like another person's choices. Modern psychology says the same thing. Calmness, presence, respect, and patience create the conditions where intimacy flourishes. So stop begging, stop pressuring, stop manipulating. Instead, be calm, be present, complement her essence, use the permission frame, handle rejection with dignity, slow down. When you live these principles, intimacy doesn't have to be forced. It happens naturally, powerfully, and in a way that both people remember. And that's the truth. Intimacy isn't won by force. It's earned through respect, presence, and genuine confidence.